almost left Discord open. That would not necessarily have been bad, but it may have caused a crash. So let's not leave Discord open. I didn't actually make sure that the stream was fully connected before talking. Some of that may have gotten cut off. You know, I can't tell, but I think my headphones are turned up a little bit too much. But the reason I can't tell is because there's no like meter for it. The volume control is separate from the computer, and the computer does not display anything when my headphones are when I change the volume on my headphones. So I just have to guess. I just have to remember a number of clicks. In previous streams, I've been doing 3 clicks when playing Odyssey, turning it down by 3 clicks, but I may have not done 3. It may have been 2. It could even been 1. I don't know. Because I think the thing is it only registers if there's audio currently playing. But I thought that the headphones were connected enough when I turned them down that it didn't matter. Like, I thought it was registering anyway. So anyway. So, wrong menu. I figured everyone out, except for a couple of people. So, let's see. So the first was... No, not you. Was you. So the problem I had with him was that his hint said he was last seen, and I remember talking about this last time, but I'll reiterate. His hint is that he was last seen around here. You know where he was? Here. You had to do a task. You had to do a quest around here that some guy wanted like 5 bear pelts. That's how you find him. You do that quest, and then it's like, oh, surprise, I'm actually an order member, and I think you're an order member. Give me the secret passcode. Which I didn't know, so I got it wrong. But he still showed up anyway. So that's kind of dumb. I'm trying to remember, because I know I looked it up. I feel like looking it up also led me astray, but I don't... Oh, right, so I think the guide I landed on told me that over here is... I forget if they said a hint to him, or there is a... there's a relic map that you get here. And I don't remember if I got the relic map, but as you can see, there's no nearby fast travels, so I didn't feel like going to do that, going to confirm. But eventually I did just find that finishing the quest that was over here got him to show up over there, and so, okay. That's kind of silly. But everyone else had pretty accurate hints. I'm not sure if it'll show anyone. Like these people, they were where they said they would be. I don't remember what the hints were. Maybe this was a guy I got from the story, but yeah. So it was a little annoying trying to get these guys. More annoying than trying to get the cultists. But some of them were just genuinely like, oh, there's a thing you got to do over here. You'll find the hint. There was one guide I looked up. I think it was when I was looking for the last Order of the Storm member. It's like over here. It said that in this fort, there's a piece of paper you can pick up that is the hint to him. It was not. What it was starting a quest to get more information on the Tempest, who you remember is her. So just doing the story got us to her. We didn't need those hints. Which I've said before. I'm assuming it's redundancy that's there for the sake of, you know, multiple ways to do it. What do you... What? So you're the main bounty. Who's a... Whatever. And also, I believe the hint for that person was that they're nearby Shipwreck Cove. They also were not. They were over. Wait, no, I remember now. I looked up a guide, a different guide, that said he's in the shipyard of Petrai. He was not. And there was a hint for him here in Shipwreck Cove, and that was the tricky part to find. I forget where he actually was. I think he was actually in the military shipyard. I remember there was someone I did where I fast traveled to the dock, and then I went along, and then I turned towards the objective, and I climbed up on this roof, and he was like right down here. So that's probably where he was. That's probably the guy. I jumped right down, clean kill, but of course he was surrounded by bodyguards, so they got mad, and then I died, and I had to do it again. But you know, just repeat the process. Just run this way, go back on the rooftop, drop down, done. But it was one of those kind of annoying instances where, like, you kill one guy, and then suddenly everyone around you is on you, trying to kill you, including civilians who have absolutely no reason to be attacking you. Or at least, you know, gameplay-wise, they're just annoyances. But the other ones were easy to find, because there was one that was like, well, I looked them up. And the hints were just like, oh, you got to find this for it. You got to find that for it. So it's like, okay, well, I think it was not that one. That one. Yeah, that had a cultist hint. There was one that was just like, there was a cultist, or not cultist, order member that was like right along the road around here. So everyone was where they said they were. Now, you may have already noticed that the next one I have found is right here. You know what's right next to this order member? One of the other people who is trying to kill all the order members. How are they right next to each other? How is Darius right there and this guy is right there? I guess Darius doesn't know. I guess Darius hasn't gathered the clues like I have. I just had to show that. I could not kill this guy off screen. I had to show that. That had to be something, had to show up on screen. I did not want to just tell you about it. I had to confirm. Is that him? Is that? No, that's just some other level 50 guy. Okay. Oh, and I remember one of the annoying things about trying to find the Watcher, the guy who was supposedly in the Triple Peninsula and wasn't, was that one guide I read said that he recruited a guy who left a hint on a bulletin board, which seeing that statue back there, because that was a bulletin board, that's what made me think of that. Okay. Oh yeah, that's the annoying part, is you gotta confirm kill. You can't just run away. Even though I can. Oh, but I don't have adrenaline. That was my last adrenaline. You wanna fight me? Come up on the roof. I'm not doing this on ground level where civilians can join in. But yeah, I checked the bulletin board. There was nothing, so... Seems like people just don't have good information on this DLC. I remembered to upgrade my gear. I had like just enough materials. Actually, I didn't have enough materials, but I was able to buy metal off of the blacksmith. So I was able to get the remaining amount I needed. I really should have used my axe more. I think my axe is my stronger weapon. Yeah, you don't know where I am, do you, mercenary? You stupid idiot. Yeah, now you see me, huh? And now you don't see anything. Because you are dead. Thanks for the loot. That I will subsequently dismantle. I forgot the word. Oh, scrap. That's the word I wanted to use. I knew it was something with an S. Oh, look, Master Assassin's bracers. So yeah, all my stuff is level 54. It's all caught up. Every piece the same level. I also wanted to see, because like I said before, like how good would my warrior damage be? What's adrenaline per hit? No, I don't want to drop the hunter damage. Even if 600 isn't that much, but 400 is definitely not more assassin damage. Like that's a bigger drop in the bucket, or smaller, less interesting. Okay, right. There's the medallion. Yeah, so I was wondering, like, what would my warrior damage be at if I had a up-to-date build? Well, this isn't exactly up-to-date, but it's pretty close. And you can see, I'll switch back to assassin. This is about almost 5,000 for both weapons, so apparently my axe is not stronger. And assassin damage is 120,000. And armor is about 4,400. Not quite double warrior damage, but that is nothing to sneeze at. It's a significant boost at the cost of like half my assassin damage. Yeah, not quite half, but it's getting there. And armor, actually not that much more armor. And hunter damage also surprisingly not dropping too much. It's like what, 2,000? Yeah, about 2,000. Health staying exactly the same. That's fine. But I still think a warrior, like if you're going to go into warrior damage, you need skills that use the damage. Because why am I running towards a mercenary? I need to run towards Darius. Like, I think you really need leveled up perks that utilize warrior damage. That's why I got Bull Rush, however long ago that was. Because I thought it would be good to use with my warrior build, and then my warrior build just never really had enough warrior damage to really make level 1 Bull Rush worth it, so I stopped caring about it.
Now what?
Now we move on to the next part of the plan.
But maybe during like a New Game Plus or something I could do that.
Under the cover of night. I have an Athenian general to speak with. I'll return to the lumberyard to prepare our next steps.
A child.
Pebble? It's not safe here.
I was asked to pass this to you, Eagle Thunder, by a man in a mask.
Pebble, you have to go. And don't speak to any more masked men, understand? It's not safe.
Yes, Eagle Thunder.
Man with a mask? Meet me at the graves in Epia. What is the order up to?
That sure was an intense quest. Wow. I'm surprised I made it through that. One cutscene. Ooh. That was nearly brutal difficulty. All clues discovered. Unveil.
The smallest doubt can destroy the greatest confidence. And we all have doubts.
Can I mark him? No. What about you? What do you... Excuse me. Hunt other ancients in the same branch. So I get the feeling that we're gonna get him, and then we're gonna get him, and then you're still just gonna be like somewhere out there. I don't know. It's probably what his hint is gonna be like. And quests. Man, look at how much smaller my quest log is now. Um, ignore this one. That's not, we're not doing that. It's just these two. And this one is just hunt all the order members. So I'm gonna go find the writer of the mysterious note, who's probably gonna be the order member. Who knows? Yeah, I really wonder why there was so much... I don't really want to say misinformation, but why none of the guides I looked up helped? It's like, what is the discrepancy there? Like the mercenary board, or the hint board thing I'm willing to write up is just like, oh, well, you know, that's kind of just, it's like it changes every however long, like, you know, every 12 hours or something. Maybe there just wasn't enough time for me to roll mine.
Eagle Bearer, well met. I see you got my note. I'm surprised I'm still alive.
That could change.
Hasty? No need to be hasty, Eagle Bearer. Let me introduce myself. My name is Yergis, the last Magi of the Order. I've been eager to meet you, Cassandra. May I call you as such?
I don't really care what you call me.
Confident. I like that.
Give me one good reason not to put my blade through your throat. Where is Amorgis? Where is my son?
I have the answers you seek, Cassandra. I know what happened in Aher, in the village called Vime.
Dime, what do you know? Tell me!
I was there. Things are never what they seem. Your reality is limited to what you perceive. Ride with me. I've been wanting to speak to you. I'll show you how beautiful our world can be. Shall we?
One wrong move.
I understand. This way.
Oh, he is an order member.
Somewhere nice.
Alright, I'll take your normal stinky brown horse that doesn't have rainbow footsteps.
Your journey from the beginning. I've written quite a bit about you, actually. In fact, some of my most popular work is about the Eagle Bearer. In addition, I've heard of your tales from our friends.
The cult? I didn't think the cult made friends.
Allies, then, if you prefer.
I thought the cult and the order, like, I thought the order specifically did not want the cult knowing about them being here in Greece.
I've written many stories scattered across the Greek world. I spread the word of our doings, of our...
Hang on, I want that rock.
Heroic?
I didn't get the
You call
rock.
murdering innocents and burning villages heroic?
Narrow. The Order sees things from a broader perspective. We do not seek ephemeral peace. Our work is eternal.
Laka.
I'm gonna get this rock too. And that one, get that one.
Off we go
Look
now.
around us. Such promise. You must be wondering why we hunt you.
I've killed enough of you to have an idea.
Ah, you're a force of nature, Cassandra. I noticed. Danger is drawn to you like vultures to a battlefield. And so, we simply cannot allow you to exist.
You'd kill someone because of their blood? Disgust me.
We are not the enemy. Have you
Oh.
considered yourself? In our eyes, you are the manifestation of turmoil, the disruptor of peace. Don't be so quick to judge, Cassandra. There are many perspectives.
Dialogue can come back anytime now.
All right. Ah, look at that view.
Is this where those guys were when I went out to sink those ships they wanted me to sink?
Messenia. Quite a beauty, isn't she?
Get to the point.
I know what happened in Vime, how Natakas died. Are you brave enough to hear the truth?
I want to know everything.
You're gonna tell me Darius killed everyone.
We saw no one at the beach that day. No Natakas, no child. They had escaped. Oh, so we thought. Until we heard the cry. It was coming from a ship, wrecked on the shore. The soft but unmistakable cry of a child.
Ilpedios.
There was nowhere to run. Natakas tried to resist, but it was futile. The baby was all that remained.
I have a feeling this is gonna end with this guy dying, and it's not gonna be from me pressing any buttons. It's just gonna happen.
I will find Amorgis.
I'm sure he would expect you to try.
What do you want from me?
Our stories are written by a rare few who have the power to shape them. It's not every day I can speak to someone like you. There are no absolutes, Cassandra. Not even with tainted ones. You are fireborn with the potential to destroy, but also to warm, to cast a light in the dark.
A warmth you try to destroy.
People die, Cassandra. Eventually we'll all be forgotten, fading away like a distant dream. Our actions, however, if they're meaningful, will be remembered. Tell me, what do you want to be remembered for?
I want to be remembered as someone who never backed down from a fight, even if the odds were stacked against them.
Insights. Such wonderful insight. Thank you. And now we must part. The question is, will you allow me to leave with my life?
No, I think the game is gonna need me to kill all of you.
I can't let you live. Not now. Not ever.
We are what we choose. I will live and die by my choices. Know this, you cannot stop the Order. Even in our deaths, we live on. We are everywhere, now and in the future. It was a pleasure to meet you, Cassandra.
Yeah, I thought for sure that he was gonna make Cassandra angry and she was gonna just stab him without my input. That's really how the story has been writing her so far, so I would not have been surprised. He's got 3 arrows in his face, but I don't know, he could be alive. Let me just make sure.
Natakas. Ilpedios. I'm sorry.
Oh, now I got this guy. Ancient was found, or was at the wetlands southeast of Bay of Hades. Wetlands southwest of that mountain fort, the Bay of Hades, which is here. So, there. Wait. Southwest? Which would be Nestor checkpoint? Well, no, that was southeast. I got my east and west mixed up. Yeah, southwest of that fort. Wetlands. So... there, probably. Around there. I think that's what wetlands are. It's not named as the wetlands, but it's southwest. Okay, let me get back down to the road, and then I'll call my horse. I can get 1% health on a headshot. I do kind of appreciate that guy having that scene. Kind of... Because, like, the whole idea is that the battle between assassins and Templars is eternal, no matter what names they use. They've been around. So, he serves as someone who kind of gets that. Who understands that, like, yeah, I may die today, but the Order will live on. And he says it less pretentiously than future Templars would go on to be like, our ideals are so correct, you can kill all of us, and then one day someone will come back and realize, hey, that's a good idea! But yeah, had to kill him. I don't know if the game is going to require me to have them all dead, but it just feels correct, you know? It just feels like that's what the game wants me to do. And it would feel incomplete if I left anyone alive, so let's not do that. Let's just kill all the required people. Well, not exclusively the required people, that's what I'm saying. Kill all of them, even the not mandatory ones. Okay, you're around here in the wetlands somewhere, and maybe you are in that fort. What's attacking me? Shut up. I'm on a unicorn, you can't catch me. So I don't think the Order member is going to actually be here, but I think there's supposed to be a hint to them. And if I don't find a hint in this fort, then I can just Google it. I think I've got enough to go on that I could do that.
They'll be watching for me. I need to be careful.
Oop. Don't turn around. Still don't get that. Why the punch in the butt first? That does nothing. Like, I could understand if it was a punch to the head. You know, try to knock him out or something. But why the butt? What point is there to that? Oh, dang it. I hate critical assassinate. I still enjoy resource management from the stealth and having to choose, like, okay, I need to spend adrenaline to kill this strong guy and keep him quiet. But I hate the execution of it. I hate having to hold Y, because when I was finding the remaining guys, I was also doing the one to... Like, one of the quests I had was to kill mercenaries. And one of the mercenaries was in that fort that I had to go to get one of the hints, which turned out to be Tempest hints and not hints for the broker, I think he was. And multiple times, I was hiding in a bush, undetected. I mean, they were searching for me, but I was undetected. And the game did not give me enough time to hold Y to critical assassinate before they caught me. So I've really grown to hate having to hold Y to initiate critical assassinate. Like I said before, it should have just been like you tap the button and then it goes into slow motion as like critical assassinate and then you do it. Or it should just automatically use the adrenaline point if they are that strong. You know, it could have like, it could present the health bars like, hey, here's what a normal assassinate does, but we're going to do critical assassinate, so it does this much damage. And then you can decide for yourself, like, okay, do I want to try to assassinate that guy? Do I want to spend the adrenaline on that? Oh, that was a critical hit. Maybe we'll come over here, get this guy by the door. I don't think I'm gonna get the jump on either of those guys. Unless they shoot them in the head. I like how he shouted "Get down now" as he was falling flat on the ground, and then got shot by another arrow. So getting down did not save his life. He got knocked down and still died. I finished him. Cool. Okay, war supplies. Loot that. Get that too. Anything else sitting around? I wouldn't take anything that's not nailed down, because anything could be a hint. What? Hey. I said burn. Hello? Excuse me? There. Apparently you don't... Oh, because that was not part of the war supplies. Okay. Makes sense. Take that. Take whatever's in that sack. $11. Okay, I'm starting to think that the guy is not here. Or neither is a hint for the guy. Anything over here? I don't remember looting that chest, but okay. Area complete. Area complete, so I have to have. Okay, let me see the instances of wetlands. Was at the wetlands southwest of the fort. Oh, that's not... That would be orange if that's DLC related. But this, however... That could be it. I also feel like it could be this fort. Or checkpoint. So might as well check it. Like, it's along the road. It shouldn't take too long to get there. As long as I head off in the correct direction. You think that guy's reinforcements? Oh, that's depressing to think about. Being a soldier and then you show up to where you were repositioned to and then everyone was dead. It's like, what do you do in that situation? What can you do? So just sit around with all dead bodies? Especially in this era where you can't just like call it in and be like, hey, everyone's dead here? It's like, what do you just wait until more backup shows up? Obviously you'd want to try to take care of the bodies. You know, give them proper burials and stuff. All right, who's over here? Hello? Well, that's not even a fort. That is a camp that just happens to have a watchtower. That is a bonfire next to a watchtower. It's like a Dark Souls checkpoint and a Ubisoft map giver Oh yeah, no, that guy's not. Oh, maybe. I mean, I saw it changed when his arm was no longer blocking his head. Come on, get that other guy. Yeah, there we go.
I should try to stay out of sight.
Why ain't you?
That's strange. Nothing at all.
Weird. Those arrows kind of just flew out of that bush, and I don't even know how. I can't believe the other guy didn't see. Oh. Boop. Boop. Dead. More stuff just to make sure. I do kind of get the confirm kill thing on the cultists and order members. Because, like, you do need to go up and get your loot and stuff. But it is just funny, because, like, if this were a more traditional Assassin's Creed, confirm kill would initiate the cutscene that happens after you kill a target and you have a little conversation with them. It always bums me out a little bit when these games don't do that. Or when they're not good. It's like Brotherhood did them, but they weren't really meaningful. At least I never really found any meaning in them. Not like something like my go-to example would be Assassin's Creed 3, but let me shake it up a little bit. Black Flag. You know, you get to you kill someone and then it's like, hey, you sold us out. We were supposed to be pirates. What are you doing? You know, you have a little argument with them. And Edward is especially a good character for that to happen to. You know, his story is very well set up for those death conversations to mean something. I don't know where I'm going. I was gonna go to the fort, but here, let me. Like they don't seriously expect me to search around with my eagle until I find him, right? Over just in the middle of nowhere, wetlands. I'll fly over there. But otherwise, I think I will just look it up and see if, like, do I need a quest for it? Is it that quest that's in that fort? Actually, how about I just do that side quest? How about I just do that, because that's probably what I need. Where's my unicorn? Like that would make sense because the hint is that he was seen southwest of that fort. So the most I have to go off of, aside from trying to go exactly there, where did the path go?
Let's go.
Hang on. So instead of running around here hoping to find him, we can just try here. Just try the quest that is right there. I'm trying to remember if the quest line to find the it was called the Watcher from over at the Triple Peninsula. I'm trying to remember if his quest started there and if I had to do something there before I could do the bear pelt thing, or if it was just like a bad hint. I think a guide I checked did say you had to do a quest first and then do the bear pelt one. So that's probably how it was. Hello? Order member? Hello? Are you in here? Are you sleeping? You know, there have been times where I'm standing around and I see something that I think is a person, and it's just like a torch or something, like one of these. This time it actually was a person holding a torch. It's over. Oh, entrance. And over the. Oh! I should get that first. I should try to get that. Oh, but that's a long way away. Is that zip line up there? Is that a regular? No, that's a zip line. I'll take the zip line after I booby trap their I was gonna say lifeline. It kind of is. It definitely makes the fight harder for me if they ring it. Or light it. Okay. Actually, I think the path over here is so clean that I don't even need to kill anyone to get where I'm going. It's too bad I can't go up zip lines. What is my controller doing? It's like my thumbstick was not registering a full input. A full forward input. My Joy-Cons have been doing that with down. I wouldn't call it drift, because I think it's like... I think it is just like a little dirty inside. So I think I do just need to...
I'll give them some.
Close to an untrapped target. So I just need to kill them? Okay. Yeah, I think it is just that my thumbstick is getting a little dirty on the inside, and I just needed to clean it. So I should try to do that. I've heard that because like these are the white ones, I've heard that that generation of Joy-Con doesn't get drift. That could be wrong, but I'm more willing to believe that they don't drift, or at least that they take longer to drift, and that no one has really experienced it yet, to contradict the point that they fixed the drift on them. Those guys are sleeping. I should really go pick them off. Just in case. There's also a treasure chest in there. I can get that. Nope, different room. Doesn't connect. That's weird to me. Like having a room that just does not connect to the other rooms. It only connects to the outside. It's just inefficient design. Oh man, two guys. No, he's going somewhere else. Do I hear a... I think there's an angry bear over there. Oh, the bodies have been discovered. I've been underutilizing this. And I was thinking like, oh, it's too bad I can't double assassinate or kill one and then kill the other. The other guy would see. I can do that. If I stop forgetting I can do that. It's like... a couple of guys over there. Shouldn't matter. Go away! Snake-haired. You're not Medusa. Are these guys over there too? What? Okay, this got a little sticky here. Just a little sticky. Just a tiny bit. It's a good thing I have level 3 Shadow of Nyx and it has a slower drain. Oh, I thought that was a treasure chest. Thank you for your adrenaline. Gotta manage that resource. Uh-oh. Being seen. Jerk. There. Die before anyone hears you. I think that strawberry seed that's been stuck in my teeth finally got unstuck. Great. Sorry, what? Guess what? I got another one. Oh, no, murder. Oh. I think it's weird that you can get charged for murder when you're just killing the soldiers. Like, they shouldn't really count. Like, you're at that rate, you're just getting a bounty for just playing the game. It's a little weird. Okay, let's... Yeah, go for it. Do it. Wish it was a stronger guy going for it, but fine. See? 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 I was going for it and it didn't let me. It didn't give me enough time. It almost filled and then it stopped. Here, get around, everyone. Get hit by this. Why am I not running fast enough? They keep going for it. They keep saying they're gonna go for it, and then they don't. Going for the alarm. Okay. Bold move. I'm definitely gonna get caught again after I do this, but should be able to pick some of them off. Not if I hit guys who aren't gonna die. Oh wait, he did die. Oh, cool. Swoop. No, not a second one. Okay. I feel like that was the best I could do. It was fine. It's going okay. I mean, not ideal, but it's what happens when a mercenary shows up when you're doing a fort. And then a second one shows up. If I could just take this zip line and get that one guy.
The bounty on your head is too good to pass up.
I hate you.
I die here. You're dying with me.
No! Oh! I changed my wheel on me. Forgot I already changed it. You know, I don't know if you noticed. I make really stupid angry noises. I just don't sound angry when I try to make an angry noise. It just doesn't work. I don't know what it is.
Even if I don't want to fight.
It's like sometimes I'll make a noise in frustration and then I'll be like, man, that sounded so stupid. And then it kind of just makes me a little angrier. It's like, man, I can't even express properly how angry I am right now. Man, it sure was worth it that I went for that alarm first thing, right? They sure did go for the alarm and blow up, and then all my problems were solved. Excuse me. Yeah, it's an entrance skin. Whatever. Oh, there it is. See, that's what I think of as that working as like a teleport, which is really fun. Oh, wait, hang on. What? Okay, I can't kill you. I think that's just a NPC the game forgot to despawn. I like how I hit the one body, but then I just let that guy fall off the cliff. Okay, I think this order of operations makes more sense, because then I can take the zip line down to closer to the alarm.
Amorgus wants respect for his soldiers. I'll give them some.
Why are they marked differently this time? Oh, is it because I didn't accept the quest? Oh, I think it's under... Yeah, world and characters. Wait, where's the zipline start? Ah. Oh, looks like the bear. Oh wait, that's a mercenary's bear. What? No, wait, no, the bear. He's fighting the bear. That bear is free. It's a free bear. Oh, he's not gonna die. Oh, he did. Okay. Yeah, see, I definitely have been underutilizing that ability. That is a helpful ability. I do still miss double assassinating with my double hidden blades, but that's good too. Spear rush, whatever it's called. I keep forgetting. You know what? You know, it's another thing I miss from other games. Exploding arrow from Valhalla. That was great. You're wounded from the bear fight. Aww. You know what I should just do? Problem solved. Now beat it! Let me do one of these. I think I can get 3 of them with a rush assassination, but the problem is it's gonna be 3 of them. I'll try it anyway. Just get my targets and go. I pressed dodge. Okay, let me get my guy. With this. Don't you multi-strike me with your arrows. Oh, now I'm just making everybody mad here. Hang on. Where? Huh? You thought you saw me? No, you didn't. Okay, so is that everybody that's here? Well, there's gonna be some reinforcements coming in. Yeah. Ow. Ow, stop it. Bye. Why am I slow? Where's my unicorn? Get on! Get on! Get on! Ow! No! Unicorn! Why did you run away? Ugh. That's the best I can do for an angry noise. And I'm here again. Let me see if this stupid quest is even necessary. Hopefully Chrome won't crash my whole thing. What am I searching? I don't even know what the guy's name is. What? I don't even know the branch name. Let me click back into the game. Oh, Order of Dominion. Well, that's the branch. Okay, I've killed him because I got that. He gives the legendary assassin boots. I got her. She was the one that was on the road. The immortals, right? Did those. That one was 2 people. The architect. Oh yeah, the architect was the guy who was near Darius. Gaspar the gatekeeper. I think I have her. Or I could just click back into the game. Here, let's see. The Silence, the Destroyer, the Immortals, the Herald, the Architect. Okay, so that's the Destroyer. Or wait, the Destroyer. No, not Destroyer. The Gatekeeper. So where are you, Gatekeeper? Terror Gorge, Mines of the Great Trench. So that is north. That is the exact opposite direction the hint says. Why? That's north of the town. Here, let me see. They are. Actually, wait. Is that where they are? It's like roughly. I don't have the map. But yeah, that. Hang on, is that part of that quest? Okay, so the hint is leading you to a group of soldiers that are patrolling the wetlands, which is why the hint tells you to go there. So I think I need that before I can get her. I think that's how this works. So let me try to first close that menu, or close that window. So somewhere around here is where they are. Wait, why is my... There. Controller wasn't working. Get off the wall. Get off the wall, Spider-Man. Oh, wait, wrong button.
Let's go.
Let me pay my bounty off again. Go away. Yeah, speaking of Cassandra being Spider-Man, like that, it really does go to show that for as much as Breath of the Wild really shook up the open world genre, Assassin's Creed really didn't take much from it. Like, you have the being able to climb on every wall thing. Or, like, basically any wall. Wait, are you... Is it you guys? Do I gotta kill you? Hang on, let me get your friend down here. He's so sweet if it was these guys. And like that's kind of it. Like I feel like Assassin's Creed always wanted to be this open anyway. So it's not even like Breath of the Wild was like, oh well, they copied that Breath of the Wild lets you. Who are you? That Breath of the Wild lets you do things in any order. Like, I feel like Assassin's Creed has always wanted to figure out a way to do that. Nope. Oh well. Okay. Get back over here. Get back over here, unicorn. I guess you could argue that, like, oh, well, the upgrade that makes you immune to fall damage, that's kind of like gonna kill you too, just in case. Maybe you're the third guy that they kind of left behind. No. Because the glider also makes it, like, you're basically immune to fall damage. And then if you find one armor set in Tears of the Kingdom and upgrade it, that makes you outright immune. So you guys... I guess fire and poison combined does make a explosion. It's interesting. But none of them had the note.
Hop, hop, come on.
I want to assume that they're going to be on the road. Because how else would you find them otherwise? And what would they be patrolling if not the road? That's a civilian. What if it was the guy who showed up at the fort? Where I was saying, like, well, what if you showed up and everyone was dead? Are you here, guy? I think he went... No, wait, there he is.
Come on.
Hang on, I didn't loot the body. That's a lot of money. It's a lot more money than I'm used to picking off a dead guard in Assassin's Creed. Nope. Okay. Oh, wait, wait. Who are you? Is that the... No, that's the beach. That's not the wetlands. There's a dog. Another dog. That's a goat. And a boar mauling the goat. People running in fear of the boar, mauling the goat. More animals. But yeah, I was just thinking about how, like, I'm pretty sure Immortals Phoenix Rising, that's also made by Ubisoft. And also heavily pulls from like ancient Greek aesthetics, but more specifically mythology, and is more explicitly fantasy than Assassin's Creed. And it's like comparing those two games really goes to show how Assassin's Creed did kind of resist trying to become Breath of the Wild. Although I say that like I know there were a lot of games that started copying Breath of the Wild. I don't really know that I can name anything else that was like, yeah, we'll be an open world and we'll give you a glider and your thugs. I should not have closed that browser window because I do still need to know, like, what kind of thugs are they? I mean, like, it's not a big spot. You'd think I would have spotted them by now. Okay, I'll go kill those guys I marked. Like, imagine if Assassin's Creed tried to also have, like, their own equivalent of shrines. Because, like, they don't really need anything to copy Sheikah Towers. Because Ubisoft invented the climb the tower to get your map thing. Assassin's Creed has been using that since day one. But it would just be so weird if they just decided, yeah, we're gonna have little like micro dungeons dotted around the entire world. You go in and you do a puzzle, maybe a combat, and then you get totally not a piece of heart. We'll give you a piece of an apple. It'll be part of an apple of Eden. But they didn't do that. They really did just do their own thing. They continued their own formulas. Well, okay, I said formulas because I was like, well, you know, it's not just the open world RPG era Assassin's Creed that we're dealing with here. Like, no, I mean, I guess it kind of is. It kind of is just the one formula. Who's it? Okay, right here. Dead. Free. You can get out of here now, you know that? Go on. Get out of here, you're free. Go. Stop hanging around the guy with an arrow in his face. Continuing to be mad because I shoved her, jeez. No, that was the wrong way around. Yeah, so this is maxed out. So all of my stealth skill, all the ones I care about, are maxed out. I could get this to make bodies disappear. I don't know that I care. Assign ability to use it, I don't really care. Summon a lieutenant, definitely don't care. I mean, I could summon Alexios into battle using that if I wanted to. That'd be pretty cool. It's like, I gotta use that on a button. I don't know what would I replace? I guess the shield move. Shield remover. You know what? I've convinced myself. If I can summon Alexios into battle, I don't think I need shield removing. Now, question is, does it go in order? I mean, I guess it doesn't matter because I just use it and they get summoned for 30 seconds and they can cause a distraction. But like ideally, I'd be summoning Alexios. In fact, I might even rearrange my lieutenants, specifically optimizing for summoning them rather than having them buff my ship. Let me see. What would my stats look like if I did that? I could go up in ramming damage, but I lose arrow damage. Go up in javelin damage. If I replace you, go up in ramming damage, but I lose... Or go up in one of these damage, but I lose armor. You know what? I'm fine with that. And, I don't know, I kind of do want to keep Odessa there. She's been there since the beginning. Or at least since I got her. Sorry, Stentor, but you're just a flat-out negative. All you do is reduce my armor. You don't improve anything else. Well, okay, you improve fire build-up and firepower. But explicit stats go down. Man, can I upgrade Odessa or anything? It'd be cool if I could upgrade her. Because, like, clearly, she's outclassed by, like, anyone I could get at this level. But I want to keep her around. So I don't like this being crammed here. Because it was 3, 3, and 3 before, and now it's 4, 3, and 3, and it looks weird. I did go ahead and upgrade the flamethrower though. Could they be over here? Don't you shut up. Just get out of here. I'll go over there with my eagle. Oh, that's not sand. I thought that was sand. It looks like sand on the map. Oh, person's getting attacked by a bear. Been there. There's sheep hanging around a bonfire for some reason. There's a few civilians. See, I don't get why I can't, like, these, like, civilians just don't get marked at all. But sometimes I'm in a fort and someone who is not an enemy will get marked. And it's very distracting. I'm just a bunch of animals. Not the kind of beast I'm looking for. Looking for the most dangerous beast of all. The one who thinks he's in the right! There's a campfire over there. Did I check that out yet? I would think they would be actively patrolling. If they're supposed to be patrolling. The fact that it's like one soldier and he's currently being attacked by a bear and there were civilians around, I think this is not what I'm looking for. There's another bear. There's me. I don't like this DLC, man. This is annoying. There's a heron. I don't even know what I get if I hunt a heron. I just get leather? Can you get leather from a heron? Okay, what is... I'm giving up. What is my closest fast travel to where I'm going? None. Okay. But if I follow the road, I'll get there. Let me clear that. The marker. That way. Don't know how it did that. Well, I know how I did that. I pressed X, which is apparently the brake. I didn't know horses had brakes, but this game thinks so. Nope, not dismount. That's what I'm looking for. Follow road. Jeez. And then I will follow myself following the road. Look at me go. I feel like I've only ever done this in Origins, and I just forget to do it in Odyssey. There's a guy on a horse. Do you have my map? Well, not map, but the hint. You're stopping. What are you stopping for? You stopping for the dead bodies? There's a mercenary coming along the road. Like Red Dead Redemption 2 has the cinematographic The fancy cinema mode. This game has this. I think I like this better because I'm in control. You stay over there, bear. Don't attack me. I've had enough wild animal attacks. You are also a soldier. Maybe I should get the viewpoint. That way I know where the camp I'm looking for is. Or maybe it's another case where the order member is just like right next to Darius and he doesn't even know. Oh, there's a viewpoint over there too. I don't know which one of these is going to be the helpful one. Okay, that's close enough. Oh, I thought that was gonna lead to a window. That would have been really cool.
Darius?
We meet again, Eaglebearer. Good, you're back. Now to set our plan in motion. We will set several fires. The smoke will force the Elotes to flee and draw Amorges' guards down from the mine.
Striking at the heart of the enemy while minimizing the cost of innocent lives. A wise plan. I will see to it that my men light up the rest of the area.
What happened?
Natakas died protecting Elpidios. Someone from the Order wanted to meet with me. He was there, Darius. They found Natakas in the shipwreck. He tried to fight them all.
That is not what that cutscene looked like. That cutscene showed him hiding and then subsequently getting his head cut off. There was no fight there.
This was Natakas's. I haven't had a chance to. I forgot I even took it.
What am I looking at? The little wood figure?
He's gone. He's really gone. And he's never coming back.
I'll never forget Darius. I miss him. Even now. I miss him so much. We'll have time to grieve when this is over. Right now, we know Elpidios is alive. It's time to get him back.
I want that to be a hidden blade, but I think it was the wood figure he was talking about.
Elpidios must be as well. Once we start, we can't go back. They will come at us with all they've got.
Alright, let's go.
It's time to attack.
Hopefully all they've got includes the order member I'm missing.
Everything.
I know the price. Fire! Get out of here!
What the?
I like to imagine that guy was shouting at the fire, trying to get it to go. Like, get out of here, fire! You're not allowed to be here!
Time to find the boy.
Eat this.
Kill the soldiers approaching the lumberyard. He sure is approaching in the wrong direction. Nonchalantly. Very unconcerned and so nonchalant. Pew! Wanted to make that sound as I was falling, and then my throat didn't let me. Can't see crap in the smoke. That fire really sped. Jeez. And boop. Oh, they got me. Okay. Haha, you can't swim. You can't swim, but I can. No matter what armor I'm wearing. It's a little contradictory, I guess. If the idea is they can't swim because they're in armor. Darius is probably gonna get mad I got caught when I killed the last guy. I didn't know the guys around him were soldiers. I didn't know anyone was gonna look.
Where is Amorges?
The mines! But you'll never get around his defenses.
Nothing is impenetrable. We'll find a way in.
You're insane! Both of you!
You're going to tell Amorges that the Eagle Bearer, the great disruption of the Greek world, is here, at his door. You tell him I'm coming for him, for Elpidios, and I don't knock!
You think he's gonna remember all that? There's some really weak-looking attacking animations. Come on, game, you can do better than that.
Go! I'll take care of the order guards.
I need to get to the mines. I'll take out as many as I can on the way.
Okay, but how many people? It's a bunch of people. But not over there. They didn't expect their enemies to be able to climb. It's not even like they left a back door open. They just didn't build enough walls. Get off the wall.
She must be here somewhere.
Hello?
You can't hide from me, Amorges! It's too quiet. Stop hiding, Amorges! Come get what you deserve!
Ooh, shiny. It's like the Ark of the Covenant, but it's wolves.
Look, the Eagle Bearer.
Cassandra.
Where is...
Amorges? He's in the temple above the mines. But But that time will come.
She's just like Yergis described in his entries. Fierce.
Oh, Yeris. He was the best of us. You were his favorite character, Eagle Bearer. And yet, you murdered him.
I don't know that I had to, but I gotta kill the Uda members.
But I'd kill him again if needed to get to Amorius.
And I'll kill you guys too. Don't test me. You're being awful courageous.
No intention of walking away.
I'll get to my son.
Elpidios. She still has her littlest warrior in her heart.
Yeah, because that's all the script wrote for her.
What a foolish thing to hold on to.
We will
I think you're the
fight
fools.
Persia until our dying breath.
You guys really are underprepared right now.
Rest cities. It is for Amorge's vision of peace, his grand design.
We'll kill everyone for peace.
All things are permitted.
Don't you use that. That is not yours. It's like that guy who just wanted to talk to me. He did say something that was along the lines of nothing is true.
I'll find you.
And now they're just straight up telling me everything is permitted. Like, come on. You're not assassins. You don't get to say that. I picked up a torch. I don't know where that came from. I guess they were holding it. Get out of here. Why do I have a new mercenary? New bow. The escapist. Yep, unfortunately, no clue for her. Oh well, let's just keep... Well, actually, I was going to say keep going, but... Is that the Temple of Zeus? I gotta go and break. So, when we come back... Well, first I gotta get out of here. Well, climb the cliff, I guess. But when I come back, then we'll fight him. Hang on, let me go to that menu so I can move my mouse outside the window. And I can click out the window. There we go. I double checked where controller where this I double checked where this person is. I believe they are in this cave. The guide said that their icon was like right here, but I believe if you go through this cave, you'll get like right here, probably. So, I marked them. I marked the cave just so I don't forget. But also, a Reddit post said that after
Morgus, today you played.
exactly after Amorgus, all the people will be, or well, not all the people, but the person I'm missing at least will be marked. So I assume that's all the people. It'll just like mark everyone you don't have. But apparently the hint was in a dead body. Or dead bodies. So the guards were dead. They were not actively alive. Speaking of dead guards. Time to Spider-Man on out of here. Oh, but I'm not that much Spider-Man. I can't do the underhangs. So I can only go up walls. So yeah, we'll just go get a Morgus, and then we'll get that last person who should be marked. Shouldn't need the hint, according to some guy on Reddit. And we all know how trustworthy some guy on Reddit is.
Elbridius, I'm almost there. My son. Mother's coming.
Yeah, we're not there yet, Cassandra. You're getting a little ahead of yourself. It'd be so much easier if I just had Ascend. Tears of the Kingdom, why have you spoiled me? Man, I really can't wait to see what they do for the next Zelda game. Like, you know, obviously there's Echoes of Wisdom, but I want to see what they do with Link next. You know, something that's not... I mean, Echoes is still a main game, but, you know, it's kind of spin-off-y. It has spin-off energy. I guess I should say, I'm going to see what they do with the next 3D Zelda game.
Calm, aren't they? Moments like these, the moments before the end.
If you've hurt my son, nothing will protect you. No man, no beast, no god.
He's safe. With me, Cassandra. Happy, healthy. And I promise you, he always will be.
Think about where we're going, Amorgis. This path can only end in one place, unless you tell me where to find my son.
I'm sorry, Cassandra. I can't do that.
I once swore to the people I loved I would crush the Order. Believe me, I will keep that promise.
You think you can destroy us? The Order's plan goes well beyond you, Cassandra.
What?
Ever the hero, thinking this is all about you. This isn't about any one of us. It's about that most precious of things, peace.
Okay, but how does kidnapping a baby help you achieve that?
And Sparta threatens to incinerate more than just the Greek world. The carnage and butchery have spread to Persia and beyond. The Order has the power to save the world. And so we will.
You know, because I killed the cult, that's going to end, right? It was the cult that was keeping the war going.
Aspect of Greek life. We have seeped into your establishments, your temples, your homes. We are winning the hearts of
How can you look at a guy like that, wearing a mask like that, and go, "Yep, that's a good guy"?
Sparta will end this war. A new chapter in history will be written by us. We have planted a seed in the fertile soil that is the Greek people. And now, peace will grow. Only one threat to that peace remains. You.
How could you think I don't want a war. I want my son.
You don't want a war. You brought one to my door.
You took my son.
One. The strongest, most dangerous force the Order has ever seen. You are fire.
You caused me to be fire. You're self-fulfilling prophecy, you idiot. Shut up and let me hero strike you.
Promise, old friend.
Artabanus. I wondered when you'd make your dramatic entrance.
Think of the
You should have
innocent
you should have stabbed him, Darius. You had the upper hand.
claim to want peace. But what good is peace when it's enforced by tyranny?
I fought for the greater good, for our children, for their futures. I saved your grandson.
You murdered his son.
Xerxes that night. Do you remember? I saved him from you.
Tell us where Elpidios is.
Like, tell him that, Darius.
As long
Tell
as
him
I
his
live,
men
I will
killed your
never
son.
endanger the child by letting her raise him.
There. Oops. Wrong set. Yeah, like that really should have been part of the dialogue. Is like, hey, you killed. I can't remember his name, but I know it starts with an A. Natakas. You killed Natakas. You can't be on your high horse like, I saved your grandson. You killed his son. That should be part of the dialogue. We should be pointing that hypocrisy out to him.
Remind me, old friend.
Like, I think that really highlights just how wasted potential this DLC is. Like, they don't even do the thing they want to do right, let alone the thing I wanted them to do. Like, ignore the part about, like, oh, it's supposed to be about the first Hidden Blade. I wanted to know about the Hidden Blade, not start a family. They didn't even do the starting the family plot right, and then having your family get destroyed. Because they're not even going into depth of, like, you know, you think you did, but you didn't. You thought you were helping, but you're super wrong. Out of arrows. Oh wait, hang on. Let me just do this like, you know, however intricate process it is to, you know, you gotta carve the shaft of the arrow. You gotta put the arrowhead on. You gotta do the fletching. However long that takes. Let me do that 70 times in the middle of this battle. Thank you, Marcus. You're very kind. You killed Natakas. But yeah, sure, you saved his grandson. That's worth killing his son over. You idiot. You absolutely stupid idiot. Not even like for the sake of his ideals being wrong. He's just stupid. That is just a stupid claim to make. I saved your grandson. You killed his son. His not grandson, his son who was not very great apparently, because he's not, or not very grand, because he's not the grandson. He was just son. And I'm not gonna get over that. The game didn't even point it out.
Turn my son and your pain will end, Amorgus.
Darius, you're standing kind of sideways there. Ow. Come on. That's bullcrap. You killed his son. Aw, seriously? Let me climb up like over here, where there's less like vertical climbing to do. Should be a little faster. I know, like, I'll quick save, like here. And then all I have to do is run back into the arena. Let me make sure I'm topped off on arrows first. Yeah, I had 9 arrows before. That was not the best. You can also go away. I'll quick save again so that when it reloads, if I die again, that won't be there again. Alright, you big dumb idiot. Let's fight.
Think about. I once.
You think
What?
ever the hero? This war, my agent through the. We have planned.
We have plant.
How?
You're a.
You
Are
think of the...
I fought for Teller. My leg.
Where is Elpidios? Tell me! Tell me!
You cannot raise the boy. With you, he'll never be safe.
He's my son!
You know, you're also the reason why he'll never be safe. You and your stupid order are the ones. You're the reason why Darius's family will never be safe. Did you ever stop to think about that either? Like, I know Templars are pretty blinded by their ambition, but, like, this is just plain moronic. He's a big, dumb, stupid moron. It's exactly like that, the Eric Andre meme, where he shoots Hannibal, and he's like, who would do this? It's like, you did it. You, Amorgus, whose name I can't take seriously because of Among Us memes, where one of the memes is to spell Among Us wrong, like Amogus or Amorgus. I've been waiting to say that. I was gonna say that when the credits were rolling, but like, no, you're dumb and you're stupid. You don't deserve the seriousness anymore. I'm gonna ruin your name for everyone else, like it's like I ruined it for myself. I don't even like Among Us memes. I don't even like Among Us. Like it's got a charming visual style, but that's about it. I do not care about social stealth games or whatever you call that stuff. Like Among Us is just like Werewolf or whatever, or Secret Mafia or whatever. I think that's a thing. Town of Salem. I don't know why that style of game keeps getting repackaged, but I don't think it's very interesting. Okay, let me heal and then I'll hit him with the... Yeah! Oh, come on.
I'll kill every last one of you!
There is no last one of
Pew,
us.
pew, pew, pew.
We're the waves. We're the ocean. The order is endless.
Hey, I took that move off. I just realized that I could have summoned Alexios to this fight. Or any other part of my family. Could have summoned them to help out. I wonder how long the cooldown is on that. Could you imagine if all it took was like 1 adrenaline, and I could summon my whole family for 3 adrenaline?
My time is over, old friend.
Don't pull the old friend card. You killed his son.
Champions of Persia, of the people.
I still am our Vanos. I only wanted to keep our home safe. The world safe.
The child, Amorgus. Please.
a small island just off the coast of Messenia. Perfect spot for fishing. The Order will never give up, Cassandra. You and your boy will always be hunted.
And he will always have me to protect him.
Yeah, I got that staff that makes me immortal.
Just a group of people. They're an idea.
Okay, okay. We've heard this speech before.
Cannot be beaten.
The other guy said it in a much less pompous way.
Not by blades, but through knowledge, through wisdom, through ideas of our own. Nothing is absolute, Amorges. You taught me that a long time ago.
Now kick him off a cliff.
There will always be tyrants.
And there will always be you, my brother, to stop them.
Go in peace, old friend.
Oh yeah, I forgot the part where we're supposed to be respectful to them when they die. Was this the same cliff the one guy brought me to? This whole time, he was hinting at where my son is.
If Amorges was true to his word, Elpidios will be there.
I'll take one of these little boats. You know they placed that here because of this. Because there's that little island there.
Water's coming.
Not you, whale. This boat is not here because of you. I can't fight you. This isn't Black Flag. Or Rogue.
Just a moment more, Elpidios.
Okay, they're hammering it. They're hammering it home too much with this "I'm almost here" dialogue. It was too much when I was getting close to the Temple of Zeus, and it's too much now. Please stop. I get the point.
Just hold.
Please? Please? I should just turn around. I should just turn around. Make Cassandra wait even longer. Because her character has been so flattened.
My boy. My son. Oh, my beautiful son. I'm here, Elpidios. Water's here. You've kept watch over my son?
Every day, every night, Amorges made sure of it.
Thank you.
You know, he has a real Spartan appetite.
Tell me about it. Mother's got so many stories to tell you.
I could tell you about that time I killed a guy.
You've got some
Or
stories for Mother
the
to
time I
tell
killed a
me.
guy. And then there's that other guy I killed. And it was all because I was trying to find you.
Who are you?
I am Darius, son of the Persian king, Artaxerxes.
Artaxerxes.
You know my father.
Doesn't that make you king? Shouldn't you be in Persia right now, surrounded by a palace?
But it's been a while.
Persia knows peace, she prospers. I miss him.
Keep Persia safe. That is his legacy.
Seriously, what are you doing here? Aren't you... Like you should be royalty, right? Why are you... Why are you taking care of someone's baby? I want to say go back to Persia, but I don't mean that in a racist way. I mean, that is your kingdom. Go rule your kingdom. I want a game set in Persia, but I guess they wasted their...
It's time.
I mean, I'm sure there's other
It has to be now.
points in history they could set a Persia game in. You know, Persia's been around for a long time. I'm sure a lot has happened that they could make a game out of. But I think it was wasted that they put Darius in this just to be a side character to a story about starting a family and then trying to find your baby.
What will you do?
Okay, last order member.
Fire. I'll use that. A beacon to the Order. If they want to come after my bloodline, they'll know exactly where to find me. But they'll never find... And... what will you do, Darius?
The Order was created for a purpose. If I can understand our enemy, I can outmaneuver them. I will protect the boy, Cassandra. Be a guardian to Elpidios, and to all those who share his blood. When the day comes, when he asks of his matter, what should I tell him?
Tell him he had a mother and a pater who lived incredible lives, who saw incredible things, and none of it was as incredible as him. His smile, his laugh, the sight of him asleep in my arms.
Hey, I picked the hard truth option, not the flowery language. Your mother loved you option.
Should the day come where he feels unloved or alone, you tell him there is no such day, because he will always be loved. You hear me? You will always be loved. You'll fight, and you'll fall. There will be times when you'll think you can't rise again. You'll want to stay down. But you will get up, Elpidios. Because you're strong. Because our bloodline is strong. And because we always get up. You'll ask why.
Oh, I guess Darius died.
You'll never know me. Know this. You are my son, and I'll always fight for you.
Hang on, was that Alexios?
And those that will
Or not-
come after.
Not Alexios. Bayek? And that's Aya? You mean to tell me they're related? Like, I know this is technically a prequel, but... I don't know, I still don't think that was worth playing this DLC to find out. It's a twist, but it's not a very interesting one. I feel like that maybe wasn't the original intent when, you know, whatever designer or designers made those statues in the basement and the villa in Assassin's Creed 2.
His blade. It's useless. Broken and the metal is strange. Should find a blacksmith.
You know, I feel like it maybe wasn't the intent when whoever designed those statues made those statues that two of them would be connected by blood. Maybe, you know, several generations apart. But... Okay, gotta talk to that blacksmith. Let's look at this hood. And you know what I can do? Master Assassin's hood. Oh, I see where this is going. Master Assassin's bracers. Not Master Assassins. I guess I guess that's what I get from the last person. Master Assassin belt. Master Assassin boots. I'm Darius. As close as I can get to playing as him. But I also have... Oh. I thought it was going to be like, oh, he has a hidden blade too. If that's it, then I don't care. If it's just a sword, a normal sword that doesn't fold or hide or anything. Okay. What is new? What is there? Oh, it unmarked the cave. Well, that's fine. I remember. I don't really have anywhere to fast travel to, but I can go here. I can call my horse. I can auto run. It's fine. Getting a little tired. But we still got plenty of time left. I mean, about 40 minutes, but it's rough estimate. It's still be about, we could say hour. That's time. That should be plenty of time to find this one person. Okay, call horse. Sorry, call unicorn.
Time for a ride.
And then we ride. Follow road, go to map marker. Oh wait, I just whistled for my horse. Eagle! Oh, where'd I go? Where did I go? Where am I? Why am I over there? Game? Okay. Yeah, there we go. I was gonna save this for the credits, but I guess I pretty much already summarized my thoughts. I don't think this DLC was very worth it. Like, it's one of those things where it's like, it's not the best, but if you just wanted a reason to keep playing this game, I would not blame you for enjoying this. But it definitely was not very well written. Natakas was not a very interesting character. His death was not very heartbreaking, because it's, you know, it's kind of a generic, like, oh no, that person you care about died. But as the player, you need to get me invested too, not just be like, oh, this is your husband and he's dead. You need to get me to care about him, and it didn't. He was kind of generic. I don't know that they really could have done more for him in the amount of time that they had between, you know, introducing him and then killing him. Because he died in, like, the second act. Or was that the end of the... No, that was the end of the second act. Never mind. but he's also like not super present. He's kind of just there, like, okay, we found an Order of the Ancients member. Here's how we're gonna get them. Okay, I'll see you later after we execute the plan. So I don't know. I guess they didn't really get room to flesh him out, but it's not like other characters in the game didn't also have a similar presence of like, okay, here's what we're doing, and you go do it. See you later. Like, you know, you got like Alcibiades and Socrates. You got like Aspasia, and then you know your memories of the family. Like I at least think your mother, if no one else in your family, but you like your mother, had a similar amount of presence as Natakas, but was more compelling because of like, you know, how she presents herself in those moments that she does get. You know, she's very clearly a strong person, and pretty much where Cassandra gets her whole deal from. Like she's very much like her mother. And I'm not sure if it's really supposed to be a surprise about that, because, like, I don't know. I don't know if Sparta let women learn combat, or if everyone got to learn combat because it's Sparta and everybody loves to fight. I don't know. I've never been to Sparta, so I wouldn't know. But, you know, you do get a lot, you get to infer from her, and her whole, like, that whole adventure she went on while we were trying to track her down, or I guess before we were trying to track her down, and then we're just following her footsteps well after the fact. However that may have unfolded. You know, you really get this sense that she herself was also a warrior, and quite a planner as well. You know, leading that whole whatever nation she was at when we found her. Whereas Natakas was kind of just there. You don't really have like what's one personality trait of his? Can you name one? Because I can't. Lovely. And like I've said multiple times, I really wish there was more of an emphasis on Darius. And I wanted to know about the Hidden Blade, because you can't just call this DLC Legacy of the First Blade and have it be the guy who is known for being the first known use of a Hidden Blade to kill Xerxes, and then just only show it in a cutscene and then not even go into detail about the Hidden Blade. Like, come on. It's clickbait. It's DLC clickbait. Okay, I don't know if you're the person, but probably not. And yeah, I've had my troubles trying to find these Order members, so I don't recommend it based on like, oh, well, it gives you more people to hunt. It's like, I don't know, it feels kind of sloppy. Maybe the DLC was rushed, because they're trying to get, you know, trying to get Valhalla out. Tastes like chicken. What else is pinging? What? Hello? I like the jingling it's making. But yeah, like I said while I was fighting Morgus. Still can't take him seriously. Stinking name. That it's not good as a story about Darius, and it's just not good as a story in general. Even if you don't go in with the same expectations I had, I think it's still a disappointing story. Because they especially this, you know, I don't know what level they expect you to be when you do this DLC, but I believe it was like around level 40 or so. So it's fairly late into the game. So you're already used to Cassandra and her mannerisms and all that. And then she just gets just flattened into, where is my son? And that's... Oh, there we go. That was the last person. Okay, cool. I got Master Assassin robes. But yeah, it's just not good writing to just take a character and just condense her into, where is my son? It's pretty bad writing, honestly. Yeah, there we go. We are cosplaying as the guy I want to play as. You know, it is kind of ironic that, like, I guess it's not really ironic because it's just like a swap of genders, but, like, I was just thinking about how, like, oh, if this were Origins, I'd be like, man, I wish I was playing as Aya. This should have been about Aya. I mean, I like Bayek, but it should have been about Aya because she is the person on the statue. And now it's the opposite in this game. It's like I wish I was playing as that guy. You know, the statue guy. So I guess it's not ironic just because the genders are swapped, but it made me think of that. Okay, yep, I'm not even gonna mess with my inventory. I'm just getting the exclamation marks to go away so that next time I turn the... Oh, that's what it was. It was a hint for... It's one of these treasure troves. Yeah, if I decide to play, then I don't have these exclamation marks screaming at me, but... Yeah, that's it. I'm gonna end this... I guess I can say series here. I finally finished the game and the DLC I wanted to do, so that's nice. I might do the other DLC on my own, but that's for me to decide later. Credits, because for some reason Assassin's Creed doesn't end with credits anymore. I'm just gonna do it. They're usually long credits, but we got an hour. I can have this sitting here for a little bit, and this isn't on Xbox. So I won't have to keep touching the controller to make sure the game is awake. Okay, so that was my thoughts on the DLC. Thoughts on the main game. The main game is great. I was so wrong the first time. This game is great. It is definitely better than Origins. Excuse me. My throat is getting a little... Let me take some water. Like, I always liked the improvement to the adrenaline system. Because in Origins, it's really just a super meter. You know, you build the meter, and then once it's full, it's like, oh, now you can do either a super strong hit, or a move that lets you do a lot of fast hits. Like, that's not very exciting. This game vastly improves upon that by making it... It's still a resource, but it's more like stamina or something. That rather than using a super... I mean, you do still do a super move, but it's not dependent on the weapon. It's you know, a attack skill, or whatever you would want to call it. Or active skill. And it's ones you get to choose based on what kind of build you want to have, and you get many more of them than just whatever weapon you're holding. It is a vast improvement on that system, and I've said before, this is like my third time saying it. Sorry, just got distracted by... I'm pretty sure that's spam. It says it's Lowe's, but I don't think Lowe's has my email, so it's probably spam. Anyway, this is like the third time I'm saying this. I like that stamina is a resource that you have to manage while you're stealthing. Like, something that I was... Like, when I went back to Origins after getting back to where I was in this game, was I wanted to see these stealth tools again, to see, like, how effective they are, and how frequently do you loot them off of, like, you know, dead bodies and ammo looting spots. Because Mirage was very good about that. They were very good tools, and they were limited, but you could loot them pretty easily. So it's kind of the deal of like, well, you do want to save it for when you need it, but you don't have to worry about never having it again. And Origins, I think, maybe I'll have to play it again. Maybe I'll reinstall it after I am done with this. I mean, I should probably keep this installed still, so that if I feel like playing the DLC, the other DLC, I can do that. But next time I play Origins, I definitely still want to pay attention to its stealth tools, because I don't remember them being very powerful. And I also feel like if you shoot someone and they don't die, it does the thing where it just immediately goes into combat, which I don't like. I've come to love in this game how you can shoot someone and they won't immediately discover you. They'll know that there is an archer, and they'll know that someone was where you are standing, but they won't know it's you. And that's how it should be. Because it makes the stealth more fun, or at least more fun compared to, like, Origins. Because you can shoot someone, and then they'll be like, hey, there's someone over there. And then you can just move. And you can go hide somewhere else, and they'll be searching over there, but you won't be there. And then you can shoot them again. You know, it's very satisfying. It's I think that's how you would want stealth to be. That you can, you know, if they don't die, you can at least reposition, assuming, you know, you can still hide somewhere else. You know, you can stay out of sight. Because obviously, if you shoot someone and then you try to go hide, but then someone else finds you, it's fair that you're discovered. Because you got discovered. But what I dislike in the series in general, when it happens, is like when you're trying to execute a plan, but the gameplay mechanics kind of work against you. And it's like, oh, well, that guy saw you, so, you know, your throwing knife didn't do enough damage, so now that guy knows you're there, and now everyone knows you're there. I think for the most part, Assassin's Creed doesn't do the everyone knows where you are thing, unless they ring an alarm bell or, you know, people are nearby or whatever. But it still happens sometimes that, like, you just get discovered way too well and everyone suddenly knows. I think even this game has that happen sometimes, where just more people than you would expect to know suddenly know. But yeah, I've really come to appreciate how this game handles stealth. It does it really well. It is really satisfying. And I do like it in, like, Valhalla. Like I said, I missed the explosive arrows. That was fun to use. But, you know, last time I played Valhalla, it's like, stealth is harder in this game than Odyssey. And it is kind of at least for me, it's a difficult thing to, like, compare between games, because it's like, well, am I misremembering? Is it a me problem? Did I, like I can't even remember if, like, Valhalla does the thing that this game does, where you can shoot someone and then they don't know you're there, they just know someone was where you were standing. Which, now that I think about it, that's kind of like the system that Unity introduced, where guards will, if you break line of sight, guards will remember your last known position, so you can use that to your advantage to lure people to, you know, take advantage of them searching for you, you know, whether it's slip past them or whatever you're gonna do, or kill them. But I definitely remember in Valhalla, it's like, it's supposed to have this mechanic where you put your hood up, and if you just walk carefully enough, you shouldn't get detected, but I swear I always do get detected. And I don't really know what I'm doing wrong. But I like that mechanic. It's a shame that you know, from what I've played, it seems like it doesn't really work as it should. And then there's also the problem, the little annoyance of, like, whenever you get into open combat, the game automatically takes your hood off. So you have to remember to put it back on when you kill whoever discovered you, and you're trying to go back to being stealthy. But one thing I do think Valhalla has over this game is that Valhalla has traps. Valhalla has things that you can shoot that kill. So even if your arrow won't kill them, you can drop a load of big wood planks on them, and that would kill them. Excuse me. They'd make a sound kind of like that, yeah, probably. Or that. I don't know if you heard that throat gurgle, but jeez, stop making noises, throat. You're done burping. Or like the explosive arrow, or oil jars, not arrow jars. Which I don't even think you needed fire arrows to explode. I think you could just shoot them, and that would make them explode. That's a fun thing. I think this game does have oil jars, but it didn't seem like they were all that common. Definitely not as common as they are in Valhalla. And I think this game does... Its story is, you know, like I've said, maybe I don't even have to keep clarifying, like, oh, I've said this before. Is that it's spread out throughout the world, but it doesn't feel like it's spread thin. It doesn't feel like it's stretched out or fluffy. It's just like, yeah, you know, you're searching for your mother, and you gotta go here or there, you know, try to find where she went. And then you find her, and then there's a little more to do. And then you get your tasks from the Spartan Kings, and then it turns out that one of them is part of the cult. And then, and yeah, it's still got like multiple branches to it. With, you know, the main story is basically to find you find your father, and then you find your mother, and then she tells you to find your real father, and then that's its own branch. It's doing stuff for your real father, and then you got to save your brother from the cult, so you got to kill the cult, and then he's like one of the last people, and then I guess if you play, I don't know if it was tricky to do, or just, you know, the straightforward option of like, just don't pick the battle options and you won't murder Alexios. But I feel like I chose the right options to avoid killing Alexios. And then that plot resolves and you get your brother back. So I like that it's like, it branches, but it's also still about your family. I think that's pretty cool. They managed to get more mileage out of trying to reunite your family than simply like, where is this guy? Where is that guy? I don't know. You know, it's not just a series of wild goose chases trying to track each individual family member down. Like, you find your father, like, really quickly. Or at least, you know, Nikolaus, your stepfather. You find him pretty quickly. So he's at least not a wild goose chase. And then yeah, Alexios kind of just, if you keep following the main story, it's like, oh, hey, there's Alexios. He's in the cult. We gotta do something about that. But first, let me find my mother. Oh, was that find my real father? Okay. And I think it does manage to branch in a way that it doesn't, like, leave you hanging. I don't know if that's really a thing that a story would do if it tried this, but, you know, it's not like it's actively pressing you, like, oh, you gotta finish all these angles for the story to make sense. Like, no, it's just like, you find your mother, and there she is, and then you gotta get your home back, and then she's fine. And then also, there's the other things to manage. You know, you can go off and do those things when you're ready, or when you feel like doing it. I guess those are not mutual. You know, when you want to do it. I don't know why I broken it down into when you're ready, or if you feel like it. I mean, I guess if you felt like it and you weren't ready, you could still try it. You could probably, it would just, you know, you'd be under-leveled, I guess. And that's another thing. I think it's interesting how under-leveled I felt for... honestly, I probably was. How under-leveled I felt in my first playthrough. But then in this playthrough, I was like pretty accurate, adequately leveled the whole game. Hang on, I need more water. Oh, production babies. I hope they didn't get kidnapped by Amorgus. What was I saying before? Oh yeah, leveling. I think it is the kind of game that you do need to commit time into, and you need to do those little side forts. But it is also a case of like, if you don't find doing those side, doing the little forts fun, then maybe you just don't like the game. Maybe you should just like watch someone else play it or something. Like that is the gameplay loop. So if you're not into that, then maybe try another build, I guess, because that was my problem. So I had my build wrong, and once I got it right, it's like, oh, okay, now I am enjoying the gameplay loop. Now I want to go do all these little forts that are dotted around the world. I don't know if you could call that this game's equivalent of shrines. Like, if Assassin's Creed had shrines, what would they be like? Because Assassin's Creed is, the stealth and the combat. And I do put those separately, because it's like, well, I don't know if stealth combat is necessarily a thing, but you know what I mean. Stealth as in, like, stabbing people, and then combat as in stabbing people who know you're there. So if you fail to stab them sneakily, then it's combat. But, they do tend to have, like, climbing sequences and sometimes puzzles. Like, the Assassin Tombs in Assassin's Creed 2. It's funny how that kind of rhymes. That's what I would expect an Assassin's Creed shrine to look like. And I would expect all of these bandit forts to be like short little Assassin's Tombs. So that's kind of elaborating on that thought I had before. That's what I mean of like, this game doesn't have shrines, or didn't try to have shrines. Even if you could arguably say that the forts are, the little bandit strongholds and whatever, those are technically like shrines, because they are like just little dots of the main gameplay experience. But I don't know, how does that differ from like Fallout or Elder Scrolls, where those also have little bandit hideouts that you go in there and you do the main gameplay loop of stealth if you're doing a stealth build, or combat, and maybe a little bit of puzzle solving. But actually, I don't know. Now that I point that out, I was like, well, okay, what does define a shrine then? Is it that it's almost exclusively a puzzle and not about killing bandits and taking their loot? I guess it's one of those things where it's like trying to define categories and saying like, okay, there's Breath of the Wild games, and then there's Ubisoft-style open worlds. But then you really get into the details. It's like, okay, well, is that really different? Are they really two different things? Categories are weird. Okay, what else is there to talk about? Okay, ship combat. I'm actually trying to think. It's like, is there anything I can say about that other than just like, yeah, I was underleveled? No, I think before I was underutilizing bracing to absorb damage, because it really does, in this game, it really does absorb a lot of damage, which is how it should work. Black flag. Bringing it up, I wonder if Assassin's Creed could ever do another Black Flag. Like, obviously there's Rogue, which is very similar, but I feel like it had a lot more to do on land. If they wanted to do another game that was more exclusively at sea, do they have a time period they could do? 'Cause I guess the main draw for Black Flag is, pirates. Could they do another Pirates game? Like, obviously, they probably can't really revisit the Golden Age of piracy, because that would just be all the same characters again. It would just be a rehash. At that rate, they might as well just remake Black Flag, which I would be okay with. If they remade Black Flag and it was like this game, where there are no loading screens and, you know, you can go right from your ship right onto any island and start exploring. That would be pretty cool. I feel like there's gotta be like another era that had like a lot to do at sea. You know, probably not too far into the future, obviously, because there's, you know, they don't want to do modern day. I'm not even sure that they would do anything newer than Syndicate. Excuse me, in terms of time periods. I feel like there is a part of them that just they don't want to introduce cars. I think for them that's too far into the future. Which, you know, fair enough. I respect them for having a line, you know, having a point that they do not want to do. But I still think it would be really cool to do a spin-off that is, it's a first-person shooter set in like World War I or World War II. Either one would be cool. But like I want an Assassin's Creed game where I can kill Hitler. I want to do that. But I feel like, especially if you turn it into a first-person shooter, at that point it's just Call of Duty. But also, I think they could do it because Assassin's Creed tonally is different. And you could have stealth options. I don't know if silencers existed back then, but if they did, that's something you could do. Your primary weapon could be a silenced pistol, but then also a hidden blade. So, you know, I feel like a pretty common element in first-person shooters nowadays is, like, if you're behind a character who doesn't know you're there, you can press the melee button to stealth kill them. There you go. Hidden blade. Stab them with the hidden blade. There you go. Or just in general, I think shooters have an offhand melee button. Hidden blade. And it makes sense as your offhand melee weapon because it's literally off your hand. It's something that you can just whip out when you need it. Like, you can have both your hands on your gun, but then, oh no, I'm getting attacked. Stab. Like, you don't even need an animation. Like the Spartans in Halo, they have, I think, at some point they started all having knives on their chest plates that they use for their like stealth melee kills, or maybe just melee kills in general. But like, you don't even need that for an Assassin's Creed game because, like, hidden blade, it's right there. It's free real estate. And then they can introduce other stealth tools. And then they, rather than being strictly like Call of Duty, where it's just go here, shoot that guy, you can have your stealth options. You can have your stealth tools, you know, noisemakers, and maybe bring back the grappling hook. It could be like Dishonored. And, hey, now that I think about it, Dishonored had grenades. You know, you do a world war, there's probably going to be grenades there. Plus, also, it's Assassin's Creed, so you can have smoke bombs too. I don't remember if Dishonored had smoke bombs, but you could have smoke bombs. And also, Dishonored did well, I was gonna say Dishonored figure out how to do melee combat in first person. I mean, Elder Scrolls. But I think the way Dishonored does do melee combat, I think, would be more of the way Assassin's Creed would do it. Because, you know, I like Elder Scrolls, but, you know, in that game, it kind of is just mash the button until you win. Whereas in Dishonored, you can... Did that text change? It was weird. Yeah, you can block, and it knocks them off balance, and then that's when you get to to follow up. No, yeah, the text is definitely glitching. Sometimes I look at the credits and I think, wait, didn't I already see that? Didn't I already see that department go by? Voice talents? How many times is voice talents gonna go by? That's like the third time. But I can see they're crediting the Chinese voice actors. Because that's what Ubisoft does. They credit everyone. Which is how you should do it. Everyone should get credit. But they also credit the talents of people whose work you probably didn't even see, because it's the localization for the other regions. It's a version you're probably not playing. Probably never will play. Yeah, I definitely think there is room for an Assassin's Creed first-person shooter set in either World War I or World War II, or both. And they certainly have ideas they could go with to make it more than just Call of Duty, but with an Assassin's Creed label. I just want to see them do it. I don't think they'll do it, but those would be very cool spin-offs. You know, we had Chronicles. We should get the World War duology. Is that a word? Duology? Like a trilogy, but it's duo? Ancient Greek world, music production and performance. I almost, when the credits are over, I realized I never used my ability to call people into battle. I think I am curious enough about how that works, that when the credits are done, I want to just use it just for the heck of it. So I at least want to see how quick the cooldown is. Because if it's fast, then we're really cooking. Syndicate? Like Assassin's Creed Syndicate? I think this is the same development team who made that. You know, like every other game is the same team. But I know it's unrelated to this being the people who worked on Syndicate. You know, it's too bad. So I know that. So I can infer that people who made Unity also made Origins and Valhalla. People who made Syndicate also made this and I believe Mirage. So I guess that means the Valhalla team worked on Shadows. I don't know if I'm able to work backwards from there. Because before Unity, actually Unity and Rogue released on the same day. So I guess if the Unity team made Origins, then that means the Syndicate team made Rogue? Which, given how I like, you know, given my personal preferences for games, that does check out. I love Rogue. I love Syndicate. I've come to love Odyssey. And that would probably mean it's the same team who made 3. Although given what I know about 4, because they made 4 because they worked on 3 and were like, hey, this ship combat thing is really cool. Let's make a game that's just that. So 3 and 4 might have been the same team. But if not, that means 3, Rogue, Syndicate, Odyssey, all the same people. And all Assassin's Creeds I really enjoy. But unfortunately, that would mean that 4, Unity, and Origins are the same people, which I would feel bad about that being the case, because it's like, oh, well, those are the ones I don't really care about. I like Valhalla, though, so I'll applaud them for Valhalla. While, you know, shaking my finger at the corporate executives who made them make that, who forced them to make that game 100 hours long, because it didn't need to be that long. I think I've said this before, but I saw someone on Reddit say that Valhalla would have been so much better if instead of being 100 hours long, they cut out the fluff and presented it as side quests. So that, you know, you play the whole game, it's just start to finish your story with Sigurd. You know, no interruptions, no, oh no, we don't know where he is. Well, I guess we'll go out and do other stuff while we wait to find him. Like, cut that out, present that stuff as side quests. Would have been fantastic. It's a good game, but it would have been even better if they had done that. Because then it would have been like, you get late into the game and like, is it over yet? Come on. I do still firmly believe that there is no such thing as a bad Assassin's Creed. I think I said that when I was getting back to playing this game. You know, at some point in this stream series with me finishing the game. There's no such thing as a bad Assassin's Creed. There's really just which one you like the least. It's like Zelda games. And I think the only things that would ever... The main things, I guess I can't say the only thing, but the main things that turn people off about these games is mostly just corporate meddling. Like, because they're the ones... Like, I firmly believe that the people who actually make these games, not Ubisoft as a whole, but just the specific people, you know, all these people who are here in the credits, who make video games, who make the video game happen, they care about making a good game. They want to make... They try their best to make a good game. This is not just a job to them, where they're just going through the motions like, yeah, we'll make a game, it'll be fine. You know, they don't phone it in. They clearly care about making a good game. And not to say that anyone sets out to make a bad game. Obviously not. Unless you're doing like some kind of bad game jam or something. That might be a thing, I don't know. Or you're doing it ironically or something, or for a YouTube video, I don't know. But I don't believe the Assassin's Creed team has ever really lost their edge. The only problem with them is the corporate side, who are like, hey, make this game 100 hours long. I don't care what you have to do it. Make it 100 hours long. Like, that's always been the series problem. The problem with the series is when the corporates tell them to do something stupid. You know, Unity being multiplayer, it's corporate's fault. Microtransactions, corporate's fault. But I still believe, another belief I have, adamant belief, the people who make this game, or these games, the multiple development teams, they are good at doing what the corporates say, but also trying to make sure the game is not ruined by those things. It's like, Valhalla is still fun. That's still a fun game, even if the story goes on a little too long. I was going to say you don't have to do it in one sitting, but I guess you do still kind of need to know where you are in the story. It's like you don't want to take a few months off when you're playing through a game that's 100 hours long. It's not helpful. But like, I think this game is a very great example of how well they're able to push aside the stuff the corporate people want them to do and make it so that you don't have to do that stuff. Because this game is obviously set up in a way where they want you to keep playing it forever. They want you to do all those, like, you know, the Radiant side quests that never end. But you don't need to. They're, like, not really any more rewarding than any other quest. There's not really any incentive to do it unless you just want to play. And it's also set up with, like, you know, there's experience boosters, so you can level up faster if you paid money, you know, real world money. There's all kinds of skins and cosmetics and stuff for your ship, cosmetics, that you can buy. You don't have to. I mean, yeah, it sucks that it's there because there are people who are going to be like, ooh, I want that, and then they buy. And they fall for the trap. And there are going to be people who can't help themselves. And that's not great. But, it's, you know, it's obviously not great that the corporate side forces them to do stupid stuff like that anyway. And my point isn't that they didn't do it, or that they know they shouldn't, but they do it anyway. Or I think I'm confusing myself with that. My point is that it's to anyone who isn't prone to falling for microtransactions, they're very easy to ignore. If you are good at ignoring microtransactions, your experience with this game will not be hindered by their existence. And it's been like that since, I feel, forever. I think Unity is really where they started doing that. I played through it fine. I mean, like, it's a hard game, but it's mostly just difficult if you're trying to do the multiplayer missions on your own, which obviously that's going to be a challenge. But it's not set up in a way where I felt like, oh, well, if I had just paid real world money for experience boosters and special armor, I would have done better. Like, it's not like that. And like Syndicate, there you can buy resource packs, so you get like the, I don't actually remember what the resources were in Syndicate, but you can assume they're like in this game. You know, wood, leather, metal. Never needed to. Actually, wait, that reminds me. Rogue. Wait, no, I don't know if Rogue had microtransactions for its resources. Actually, yeah, Rogue and 4 had resources, but I don't know that you could really buy them with real-world money. But Unity is where I feel like that really started. And Unity Syndicate never felt like I needed to. I knew it was there, but I never felt compelled to buy them. And I think we do have, I don't know them off the top of my head, but I think there are examples of that where the game just sucks if you're not paying for all the stuff they want you to buy. Like, you know, pay-to-win games. Those exist. That's why that term exists. These games, Assassin's Creed is not pay-to-win. Is perfectly enjoyable without buying anything. In fact, I feel like, you know, I bought the DLC for this game. I didn't enjoy the DLC. So I guess you could say I paid money to have less fun. So take with that way, do with that what you will. I don't know. And yeah, Origins also, you know, had skin shops and stuff. I feel like I am lucky that the thing I wanted most was a unicorn. And in both games, you can buy it with in-game money. And actually, I think it's not that expensive either. I forget if it was 1,000 drachma or 10,000, but still ultimately not difficult to get. Maybe it was 5,000. I'm pretty sure it was with a 1, but actually, now that I think about it, 5,000 feels right. I don't know. But yeah, I got to have a unicorn. I always made the joke. Pre-order now, you get a unicorn. Didn't even need to pre-order. I got my unicorn anyway. If anything, like I don't blame Unity for how the future games are, but if anything, if Unity is at blame for anything, it's for the end of the Desmond saga, because you know, Desmond was killed off in Assassin's Creed 3, but then in 4, you're still experiencing the memories of his ancestors. And there's stuff you can find out in the real world. I keep making that mistake. The modern day parts of the game, you can find like voice messages he left his father and other things related to him and things that were going on in that story arc. And Rogue continued that. But then Unity was completely disconnected from that. It didn't even let you leave the Animus. I guess I can't say completely disconnected from it, because you're like... The setup is like you're playing a virtual experience that Abstergo is selling to you, but then you're also being contacted by assassins who are like, hey, can you help us find this thing? And then you find the thing, and they're like, hey, thanks. And then you get to see, like, cutscenes of them trying to get the thing. And I think that's when Rebecca gets shot, and it's left ambiguous whether she was alive, but then you see her later, so she's alive. Which is good, because I like Rebecca. Rebecca and Sean are great. I'm glad that if any characters persisted into the Valhalla era, it's them. But yeah, I feel like Unity does mark a turning point where the meta-narrative, I guess you could say, you know, the narrative that isn't the memories you're reliving, starts to get weaker. And I mean, I guess it's kind of with them experimenting, because it's, you know, it's so many games into the series that I'm sure the developers just wanted to shake things up for their own sake, for the sake of working on something new. And that's probably why they made it so that there was no out of Animus stuff. It probably made development easier, because they didn't have to work on a story arc for being outside the Animus and a reason for you to be in it. But, you know, it definitely feels like it's a point where it stops following one long narrative and it's kind of just like, okay, you don't need anything. Just like, here's the past story. That's it. That's all you get. Because I don't even think there was really much about the Isu, which, like, that's supposed to be the big thing. That's the big overarching story. Is like, we got to get the Isu artifacts. We got to learn more about them. You know, in Black Flag, Juno gets let loose, and then they just forget about her. I think that's something only the comics followed up on. Which, that goes back to the thing that I've said before. It kind of sucks that Assassin's Creed is such a big franchise, because the story gets spread out all over the place. And you've got novels and comics and side games and all this stuff that you don't know where the plot threads you're looking for end. You know, what comic does Juno's plot get resolved in? I don't know. Where's the one about all the other statue guys? I don't know. But they're out there. Only one of the statue guys is in the comics anyway. I don't know that he was even an important character. He might have just only showed up for a couple of pages. But Assassin's Creed is definitely a franchise I'm lucky to be a fan of, because, like I said, not really such a thing as bad games. Just which games you like the least. So it's good to have this be one of my favorite franchises, and it's probably not gonna stop getting games anytime soon. It's a cash cow for Ubisoft, for better or worse. And as long as the developers continue to care about making good games. Legal notices. I think we're getting to the end of the credits. As long as the developers themselves still care about what they're doing, I think we will continue to get good Assassin's Creed games. Okay, we almost done. I'm gonna take one more sip of water. But I guess when I think about the franchises I care about the most, I don't think I can name any that aren't like a big franchise. It's like Assassin's Creed, Zelda, Mario. Pretty much all franchises guaranteed to still continue to get games and continue to get good games. Although Assassin's Creed is definitely one I would worry about, like having some kind of downfall at some point. But as far as I know, Shadows is not it. So we haven't hit that part yet. Have not hit that point yet, if I can say it right. There we go, end of the credits. I'm gonna save again. I don't think I get any kind of bonus points for watching the credits, but let me just make sure I'm saved one more time. Okay. Hey, Alexios. It doesn't work. I need to go find people. Sure, let me just go down the road to the mine. I'm sure there's still guards there. I can stick my brother on. Am I going the right way? Hang on. Did I get... No, I got turned around. Oops. Go the other way. There's a guy. Can I... I can't do it from horse. Oh, not that. Oh. That's why I couldn't do it. It was the... There we go. Nope, still can't do it. Okay. I gotta find people... What? Unicorn! Are you a... Yeah, you're a guard. Hey. There. I can only do it from stealth. Okay. Bye. You think he's smart enough to get back on his horse to chase me down? I don't think he is. Well, I guess it's appropriate that I can only do it from stealth if I put it on Y, which is the same as this ability, the spear throw. So both of them are both abilities that I can only use from stealth.
I should watch my step around here.
How do I do it? It doesn't let me do it. Hold the left button and Y. Why doesn't it work? You would think it would work from stealth so that you don't have to be, you know, so you can do it while you're hidden. You don't have to get unhidden. Does it, like, have an adrenaline cost, or... Like, is it a higher adrenaline cost than I expect, or... Can I... No, not that. I would think if it's like, oh, you can't do it with your legendary family members. Oh, Dessa should show up. Let me look it up. I'll just go to the wiki. What's it called again? Like, summon lieutenant? No. I don't remember how to spell lieutenant. Okay, what's it called again? Call to Arms, right. I'm sure there's quests called Call to Arms. There are. And they're both the wiki pages. And it's not letting me to the abilities. Abilities. Okay. I don't know what this thing. My mouse is still going in the game. Like they're clearly doing it from stealth from a distance. I don't know the difference. What am I doing wrong? Do I need line of sight or something? Let me get this guy out of the way. Oh, there we go. There's Odessa. Okay, so I did need line of sight. And apparently up there wasn't good enough. Let me see if I can get behind him. Haha! Distracted. Where did Odessa go? Oh, there she is. Wait, did she vanish? Whatever. Okay. Okay, yeah, that's a pretty long cooldown, so I can't just spam it and get my family to show up. I kind of want to wait for it to cool down and then just double check, like, can I do it in open combat? Because that would be really cool to do when you're in a boss fight or something. Oops. No, you don't. Yes, you do. I did the wrong move. Yeah, no. Can't do it in open combat. But no, I can do an open combat. Swoop! And his body will auto-hide, because it's... Never mind, it's making itself very visible with all that blood spreading out in the water. Nope, not eagle. Yeah, and it costs 1 adrenaline. Wait. Oh. It's Odessa again. It's like, wait, who are those guys? No, those are the guards. And they just killed Odessa. But now I gotta wait for the cooldown to go again. Is it only whoever's in my first slot? Its description could really be better. It says summon a lieutenant. It made me think it's like random. Let me try swapping them around. Okay, I gotta make you... There, you could be Evie for a moment. And then, Alexios. I got an achievement for all legendary crew. Excuse me. Cool. So yeah, this game's great. Main game is great. DLC, your mileage will vary, I suppose. I wouldn't call it bad, but I am also glad I got it on sale. Are you guard? Yes, you are. Let's wait for it.
Quickly now.
Yep, there he is. There's Alexios. Yeah, if there's anyone I want to call from stealth to deal with a sticky situation, screw you, random civilian who shouldn't know I was there. Yeah, Alexios is definitely the man to call when you want people dead. Or at the very least, severely distracted. Like, I can just go off this way. They're not going to see me. It's causing a ruckus over there. Oops, I walked directly into this guy's line of sight. Well, not my problem. I'm done playing anyway. I'm just going to turn the game off. Thanks for watching. Glad I finally finished this game. And kind of the DLC. I'll shut up about it. Thanks for watching. See you, yeah, today's Monday. So see you Wednesday. I'm not going to spoil what we're doing. I got a plan. And all I'll tell you is I got to set up the PlayStation 3. Bye. See you Wednesday. Thanks for watching. Bye. Just making sure I said all the right things.